Hello everybody. I think that's, are we live? Hello everybody, and welcome to my photography demonstration today. Behind me I have a projector that I'll be using, so hopefully you can all see that image behind you now. If it's too dark, I can perhaps make some changes. My original plan today was to go to Two Tree Island, but unfortunately, because of the advice we've been given, I'm unable to do that. So we're all to stay at home and only leave if it's absolutely urgent. If it's you need to leave the house for food, supplies, medical appointments. I hope you're all well. I have 5 children in my house at the moment. They're all upstairs and they're being as good as gold. So hopefully you won't hear anything, but if you do, I do apologise in advance. So I do hope you can see that image behind me of a waterfall. I took that image on a family holiday in Wales using my my Sony camera. It's a DSLR, Sony A35. So where to begin? The first thing I would say to everyone is, when you're taking photos, do it because you love it. Go to places you want to go and take photos you want to take. Don't allow yourself to become stressed out or particularly right. I hope you can see that image behind. This is of a photographer getting quite stressed out. And we'll go into why I did this in a moment. Who have we got online at the moment? Hi Georgia. Hi Gareth. Okay. So this is the Photos app behind me there, that comes with all Windows computers. I don't think you can see that very clearly, so let me just do this a bit. There we go. Is that a bit clearer? Okay. When you open the image, on the top right of your screen, there should be Edit, Create. So if you click into that and you scroll down and you click into Edit. This is a really basic editor. Okay. And then if you go to the top here, you'll see Adjustments and Filters. And then to the right of your screen here, you'll see Light. And if you use the slide bar in the middle, you can make the image brighter or simply darker. And then colour here. If you click on the colour slider bar, you can make the image more vibrant, or if you scroll all the way down, it would simply turn it into black and white. There's an old photographer's, I'll just flip that back there, put that back down there. There's an old adage, if it doesn't look right, black and white. I think if you're unhappy with your image and it's just missing something, you can always take away the colour and just see how it looks in monochrome, in black and white, and it really does bring out the contrast. In my previous video, I was discussing light, red, blue, green, how the camera detects colours. Yellow is one of the colours on my camera that is very difficult for my camera to detect, and if there's a lot of yellow in shot, it will saturate the image and it just takes away the contrast. So that's for me is what I don't like in photography. When I'm looking at, before I even get my camera out, I look at with my own eyes. I stand back, I move around, I look at things from a different perspective, and I try to imagine how the camera is going to detect that image, how much light there is in that environment, what the weather conditions are, what is the dominant colour in that scene, and then I might use those observations to change the way I take the image. So let me just go back to the projection on the wall here. So this is you've also got clarity here, or clarify. I don't think you can actually see that at the moment. There we go. Down here you've also got clarify just there, and then you've got a option here which will darken the edges of your picture. Let me just click off of that for a moment. This is how I like to upload my photos and images. I like to use Flickr. Flickr is completely free and it won't cost you anything. You can go pro, but I mean, in my opinion, I don't think it's really worth it unless photography really is your thing and you really want to invest into it. Flickr also comes with an editor. So at the bottom here, I'm going to click a box that has a pen into it. Oh, and it's super easy to set up a Flickr account as well. It's really easy, and you can edit with Flickr as well. It comes with an editor, and then here you've got lots of options at the bottom here. Let's go to the adjust here. I'm just going to click manual adjustment, and then we have things like exposure, shadows and highlights. So if I click on exposure, it presents me with a little slide bar here, and I can increase or decrease the exposure. Exposure is just the brightness. It's just making it brighter or darker, really. Shadows as well. What the software will do is it will highlight what it thinks is a shadow area or a shadow value in the image, and it will lighten and darken those values, not the whole image itself. And then to the right here we've got highlights. Highlights, once again, it's a light correction. So what I'd encourage you all to do is go and set up a Flickr account. Use your email address. It's trusted, it's free. Start uploading some photos and just have a play with it. Just explore. The beauty of this all is also, if you've made an error or you're not happy with it, you can click out of it. Don't click save. Your image will be exactly as it was before you made those changes. And contrast as well. There are some filters here. Let me just click onto this. Sorry, I've got my phone exactly where I need to see my my settings. Let's just click for this. Photo stream. And this is how Flickr presents all your images. It's very professional. It looks nice, and also Flickr copyrights all of your photos for you. So if anyone's cheeky and they try to use your images, it does come with that digital copyright protection. So your photos belong to you, and they can't be used by anyone else without permission. And if they do use your images, then they've got to pay a license fee. Not that anyone's ever used my images, but just to let you know. And there we go. That's how the images there are presented. I have some images here of Dungeness in Kent. And some London shots. I'll click onto this one and I'll talk a little bit about how I took this particular image. This is the financial district in London, near the Docklands, and it was a night shot. So this image is probably about, sorry, I'm not paying attention to, This image is a night shot. So with my camera, I have to tell it how to behave in a low light condition. With a mobile phone, you can I think Samsung are the best for low light conditions. It will automatically detect those settings and apply them for you. But with this, it's all has to be entered into manually. I set it onto a 15-second exposure, and as the shuttles open, I slowly turn the focus barrel, and it gives you this kind of kaleidoscope effect in the shot, which I absolutely loved. And once again, it's lots of light and lots of a very, very busy photograph. This is of Chatham Docks in Kent. This is one of their submarines that they have there. Once again, it's black and white. There was a lot of grey in the shot. I wouldn't have got anything from what little colour was there, so I took it all away and just focused on the contrast. And this is the slipway loft in Chatham as well. And Southend. You don't have to go as far. You're far away. You don't have to go to London. Of course, I'm talking once all this is perhaps finished and the government's measures to control what's going on at the moment have been removed. I wouldn't encourage anyone to go out right now and start taking photographs. Only leave the house if it's absolutely essential, if it's absolutely necessary. But you can still go to your back garden. You can still take a photograph if you're out and about with your camera. I believe you're allowed to go out once a day for a walk to get some exercise. I think that's current government advice at the moment. So bring your mobile phone with you. Take some photos. Bring those photos back home and feel free to edit them. There are some purists out there that say don't edit your photographs, leave them as they are. But I like to play about and. Oh, can we see? Hi, Georgia. So, oh yeah, is it two? Okay, I will show them on the computer screen. I'll just flip this round. So here we go. This is a photograph I took in Shoebury. Low light conditions, but I just let the camera do all the work for me. Is that a bit better, Georgia? Yeah. And then once again, letting the camera do all the work for me. I brought it home, and everything that I didn't like about the image, I adjusted it slightly just to bring out those colours and really make the photograph pop. And this is a low light for night shot. This you can see here is an aircraft with its navigation lights flickering on and off. But over 15 seconds, it appeared like this light through the sky, and the light coming from the pier as well, reflecting off the water, and you get the water appears to be quite still because the photograph is being taken over such a long time. And we'll click here. Oh, a bridge. This was going to the Isle of Sheppey in Kent, and this is the furthest photograph I've ever travelled myself to take. These are the sound mirrors in Kent. They're these huge, great big concrete structures that were built, I believe it was around about World War I. It was a precursor to radar, and beneath that giant dome was a man with a kind of stethoscope device in his ear, listening to enemy aircraft by listening only. Oh, is that e-speech? Yes, Kirsty, that was e-speech. I'll go back to it actually. Hold on a second. Yep, these are all of e-speech. It's during the winter, it's absolutely beautiful. About October time, the sun will set straight over the Thames, and if you get there during golden hour of the sunset, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And again, oh no, that's Southend again. This is a zoom reduction. I think it was a 10-second exposure, that one. Okay, so let me just click forwards. Oh, sorry. once again. This is the same place as the sound mirrors, but there's a lake nearby in Kent. Southend seafront. This is on Canvey Island. It's there's a place there called the Occidental Oil Refinery, and there's the OJ, the Occidental Jetty, that goes out. It's one of the longest in Europe, and I love this location because it's an oil refinery, but the oil company applied for retrospective planning permission. They didn't get it, so all the oil that was supposed to have been refined there and all the damage that would have done to the environment never occurred. I love finding out about the history of a place before I go. Google Earth is your best friend as a photographer, and Google Street View as well. It means you can preview where you want to go. You can plan your route. You can remain safe. And you can check out access before you actually go there. And also looking at it from the satellite images is great as well, because you can see certain detail, and you can kind of imagine how the image is going to look before you go there. Some flame, just some images of flames. Oh, this is in Trafalgar Square. This is on the plinth that's used by artists. Also, I'm not reading. Okay, this is by the plinth that's used by artists. They sometimes had I think it was a ship in a bottle. They had the boy on the rocking horse, and things like that. So, does anybody have any questions? I'll go back to. Actually, what I'll do, if I put that there, if I go to YouTube and I will go to my channel, videos. I make with my photos also. I make video montages with those images and put them to music. I can't play that music because trust links will be copyrighted quite heavily, and that's not very good. So I've got the sound turned down at the moment, so all you can see is my own work. That does actually bring me to a very, very important point, especially if you're taking photographs and you want to use them for other reasons. Just be careful how you use those images. All of my videos have been demonetized because I've used the music of someone else, which is fair. That's someone else's material. So for how to take photos inside the home, yes. I can't show you on a mobile phone because that's how I'm talking to you right now. But taking make sure that you've got all the windows uncovered. There's no curtains open. You've got as much natural light coming in. Cameras hate artificial light, and to white balance, the camera's really having a struggle. So if you can get as much sunlight into your home as possible, that'd be ideal. Other than that, just continue to take lots of photographs. Learn by making mistakes. Change the settings on your phone. It all depends on what phone you're using, so that's why I'm not going to give you specific advice, because each phone has its own software and things like that. But okay, Georgia. Sorry about this. Hold on 1 second. Close play out. That's it. Get this playing in the background. There we go. Just trying to think if there's anything. Taking photographs of people indoors. Don't have them standing behind windows. You, as a photographer, you're stood behind the window because that's where the light's coming in. If you take a photograph of someone with huge light behind them, they're just going to look like a silhouette, and that's what you want to try to avoid. If anyone's got any specific questions in regards to photography, No? Okay. I hope that was informative and useful. And in normal, when the world's gone back to, hi Victoria, when the world's gone back to normal, I would love to be out and about and show you all the things that you can do. But unfortunately, these aren't normal times, and we're all just kind of doing the best with. Okay, Victoria, go for it. Ask your question. I think Victoria had a question. Oh, how do you choose to focus on your phone? I'm using my phone. I'm using my phone to talk to you right now, so I can't demonstrate that. But if you have the screen in front of you and you touch anywhere on the screen where you want your focus to be, the camera will select that point, and everything else should be out of focus. So if you try that after this video, if you hold your phone up, I think most phones do this. Pick the point where you want your focus to be, and then select that, and have a play around with that. So if you get close to, let me shut this down. If you get close to the image you want, to what you want, where you want the focus to be, and you move your phone really close to it, it kind of decreases the focal range of the phone. So everything else behind that should be blurry, and equally so if you're stood far back, everything in front of you should be in focus. How oh we all learn. Everything's a learning experience, isn't it? Okay. And it will also meter to that point as well. So all the light and all the software decisions will be from that point as well. So it's always good to know. Okay. Okay, I think that's it. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, and hopefully I will see you. I will see you really soon. Stay safe, stay well, and get in contact with us if you need any help and support. Thank you very much. Thank you.